card. My cousin's black. All my best friends black. We all pull that card. But not all 6 of us sitting here are like, I come from a background of where my ancestors were slaves. You understand? So like it doesn't, as much as you want to relate, you just can't because of history. And it's unfortunate. I mean, we wish we couldn't, but we do.
Ever since this administration came about, the amount of death threats that probably we've all gotten on social media, I've been threatened to be lynched. People have gotten really bold. They've lost their manners. People feel like it's all willy-nilly. I can say what I want because someone's got my back in the White House. That's what the sentiment is in America.
We wouldn't even be talking about race right now, seriously, if Trump wasn't in office. If Trump was not in office, we would not talk about race.
It's been a thing since I was a tiny kid.
It's been a thing, but we haven't had a president that
my mom, when my dad was in World War II, he was in Mississippi for basic training, and they were from Nebraska. And my mom says she went over and got on the bus. She went and she sat in the back, and the bus driver actually came over and said, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I'm sitting in the bus. I'm going to see my husband." I go, "You can't sit in the back of the bus." And no, and she said, "Why?" And they said, "That's for black people only." My mom was disgusted.
Yeah.
Well, she had a choice.
And that's how my parents raised us. And so I've never had a racist bone in my body.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Imagine not having a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's 60, how many years later? 60 years later, 70 years later.
Yeah.
And
It hasn't been that long.
And it just doesn't go away. It's just people keep keeping it alive, you know?
Really not. It's really not.
It's scary times for
you
us.
watch 12 Years a Slave too. Like just because slavery was abolished does not mean that it stopped.
Because people got lynched in the 60s.
Yeah.
People got lynched in the 60s. You know what I mean?
There's crazy mother effers out there.
They were still slaves because they did not. They didn't know that they weren't.
I think America should really.
Emmett Till, right?
I think America should really be ashamed of itself. And I love this country, but I also hate it too. The fact that we preach all this, all men are created equally, and then we really don't live by that, it's bullshit. We're not created equally. When you see red, white, when you see blue and red lights behind you, I bet you guys don't get afraid that you might get killed. We do. If I see blue and red lights behind me,
I actually almost was in West Hollywood.
But let me tell you something. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get you're not gonna get called a monkey. You're not gonna be called a nigger by the police. We have. All 3 of us have.
Trust me,
I remember being 12 years old and having a police officer slam my best friend into a wall, a female, a little girl, while waiting for our moms under the streetlights. This country has a long way to go. We're not there, and we don't need someone in the White House that doesn't call it out. I used to be friends with this man. I'm disappointed.
When there's protests and white people are beating down black people or pushing them out of a protest and he doesn't say anything, that's your responsibility as the CEO of this country. That is your responsibility to say, wait, hold on. This is just a campaign. This is not a hate riot. This is not a racist riot. This is not black and white. This is not a color thing.
Not to say there are good people on both sides.
No, not to. Just, who
There's
cares?
never a good Nazi.
That's
what
how
side
he won
you're on.
the election.
But
no, it's funny. It's my dad.
It's your responsibility as chief officer of this country to say, wait, hold on, you guys. This is just about who is the best qualified to run this country, not the hate.
I think everyone that says they're a Nazi should just immediately just go to jail.
That's why I had so much respect for John McCain. When he had that town hall meeting was going on, and that woman in the audience was like going in on Barack Obama, trying to call him a Muslim, an Arab, and a terrorist. He said, "No, ma'am, he's not. He's actually a good man. We just happen to have a difference of opinion on policy."
Right.
That's the kind of people we need.
Yes.
No, my dad was a platoon sergeant in World War II. He was a platoon sergeant. 260 people in his platoon, 6 lived, and he was one of the 6. And when someone brings up Nazi, he says, "No, we defeated the Nazis. You're not a Nazi. You're a punk, and you should go to jail."
And the fact that there's this renewal in
you can't even say that in
popularity of
Germany.
Nazis,
You can't say you're a Nazi in Germany.
and you shouldn't. And we
Why can they say it here? It should be abolished.
America should be ashamed
Outlawed.
that we're not even checking this. But you tell black people, get over it. Slavery's over. But then we have people that won't even get rid of Confederate flags.
Saying the N-word.
Yeah, I know, you do.
Just like you can't say Nazi, you have white people saying the N-word.
I know you do.
So
they're ignorant.
You can't. It's hard to say get over it. It's really, really.
Right.
There's a lot of pain.
You're right.
Sorry we didn't give you anything funny tonight.
No, this was great. It's a nice conversation.
I think, you know what, we need more smart people to take positions rather than just stand around and just watch things happen.
Yeah.
you know, and that's what the point is.
But we're all very woke. We talk about this stuff on our podcast. We've protested. We've been to marches. We participate.
What's the podcast?
Yeah, Unstable Podcast.
Check it on YouTube.
Yeah, make sure you check out the list.
And podcast.
I don't even know how I
Make
go
sure
to.
you
I
check
can't.
out
Peppermint with Jennifer Garner.
Okay.
And make
Okay.
sure you check out me on Fox Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the Super Bowl, but we've
Okay.
gone on.
Oh,
too
the
much.
Patriots are going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, are they?
My team
Well,
is winning.
that's not.
You don't even think that, like,
I'm 100. I agree 100%.
What?
Patriots all the way.
Patriots, Eagles, probably.
Jacksonville's going to get
you don't even think
ass.
Jacksonville has a chance, like,
To be the Patriots.
yeah.
Absolutely. They do. Take it from the sports guys.
So you think they
doing
do?
it for 23
You think they
years.
do?
Absolutely. You got a great defense.
Like they're-
One of the things that Tom Brady's kryptonite is a great defense. Great pass rush, right? They're going to be able to get with him in that front four, get around his feet. What? Are you really?
I was just about to yawn too.
Really? They're gonna be able to get to him with the front four. Tom Brady does not like being hit. Jacksonville loves to hit quarterbacks.
That's
they got a great front
weakness,
four,
right?
and they
they
got
got
the
the
best
defense.
secondary in the NFL.
Right.
So I'm predicting the upset this weekend. Jacksonville going to New England, knocking out Claudia's Patriots. I'm sorry, Claudia, I love you, but still, that's going
So
to happen.
Jalen Ramsey has it right.
Jalen Ramsey said we're gonna win this
Yeah.
bitch, right? He said we're gonna go to the Super Bowl. We're gonna
Yeah.
win this bitch. They're gonna do it. They're gonna make it happen.
All right.
a lot of bitches.
So his teammates shouldn't be pissed off at him for
No,
saying
I mean, I like confidence. You got to have confidence. If you believe in yourself, you can't expect anybody to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself, right?
Back-to-back Super Bowls for the Patriots, and they're winning.
yeah. That's
I
like
agree.
Super Bowl number 7, right?
I lost track. We win so much. Like they're really
Are you
excited.
you're a Patriots fan?
I'm from Rhode Island.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a real.
I'll keep that in mind.
I've been to 2 of their wins. Huh?
I'll keep
Mike
I'll keep
Gerber's
that in
here. You
mind.
should get at it.
I know that. I should know
Mike.
that.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't even.
I don't know everything, so.
Don't
All right.
fight.
Where are
You
you
guys-
from? Where do we find your stuff?
He's from.
No, my
tell him where he's
uncle's
from. He's from Sri Lanka.
No, but your
Maybe same.
your situation, your site. Are you
Oh.
TMZ as well?
No,
Okay.
I'm just a freelance.
Oh, you got the good camera shit. You make a sex tape with that?
He's got 2 cameras.
Have you?
At the same time.
Bye,
All right,
guys.